both Nintendo and this bootlicker steal from Toriyama and act like they have a high ground on creativity. Lick my motherfucking bean.
Yeah.
Palworld goes to war with Capcom. Nintendo lawsuit defended. For people who miss what's been happening between Palworld and Nintendo, Capcom did decide to step into the ring and completely bootleg with Nintendo and be on their side and saying, and not just saying, point out the accusing of Palworld of stealing from Nintendo and saying, oh, well, if we let Palworld get away with this, what's stopping people from stealing Mario? Or what's stopping people from stealing Zelda?
Forchada!
I do love the hardcore focus on Nintendo as a company recently. I mean, it doesn't absolve what other companies are doing. Sony, or especially Microsoft, who raised the price of their console, and just today raised the price of Game Pass. Lots of companies give you plenty of reasons to hate them. But I haven't seen this much hatred of one company since Microsoft with the Xbox One. Granted, I mean, the console's flying off shelves, so a few YouTube videos shouldn't really mean anything, and yet they are so effective. So many Nintendo guys get pissed off at us, as if they come to seek validation. Here, one good thing about Nintendo.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of Nintendo shows that get pissed off, but there's also a lot of people who hate Nintendo, where you crack a joke on Nintendo expense when for some reason they think you're trying to promote Nintendo and support them financially. So they're just crazy people in general.
From a channel like mine, you ain't gonna get it.
What? I'm not going to sit down until you say something nice to me for once in your life.
Your hair looks small.
You've tuned into the wrong place. I mean, if you want toxic positivity, I can name you a bajillion Nintendo channels that at one point didn't exist because—
Wait, did he do like a rating of Nintendo channels? That's funny.
It seems like it, yeah.
Because Nintendo didn't allow them to, and now they exist to worship Nintendo, who didn't allow them to exist in the first place.
Dude, you're a fucking cuck.
The relationship between Nintendo guys—
Oh my god. That caught me off guard.
Whoa.
and their corporate overlords is quite a confusing one. You would figure after trying to make it so that content creators couldn't upload a single bit of Nintendo related videos without paying Nintendo a fee before they inevitably scrap that Nintendo would be seen as the biggest enemy. But no, they're being defended, and not just by content creators. It's much worse than that. As the Nintendo and Pocket Pair lawsuit continues to heat up, with more info being spilled than beer on my keyboard, it's quite important to remember there are people in the gaming industry rooting for Nintendo. And it's important—
Which I don't understand, because if Nintendo wins that lawsuit, first of all, it's a frivolous lawsuit. They have no business winning it. But also, it's gonna not only show Nintendo all the horrible things they can do, but it's gonna create a chain reaction of other studios doing that, other companies doing that. It's gonna end up being a complete shit show. Nintendo channels are about to be in so much debt until the 5th generation of descendants.
important that we call them out and put them on the spot, because when it comes to Capcom specifically, the fact that they think that they have any right to even hold an opinion like that really puts into question how disconnected are gamers from the industry that creates the products they buy. Well, let's just say it's definitely a lot more disconnected than the average Nintendo Switch 2 online lobby. Former Capcom designer Yoshiki Okamoto sparked backlash in Japan by saying Palworld has crossed a line that should not be crossed.
I think he got it as backwards. Nintendo crossed a line that actually should not have been crossed. Even if you disregard their blatant stupidity in patents, them also adjusting and adding new patents in the middle of the lawsuit.
We will hold the line! Hold the line!
What the hell is happening?
Funny, isn't it? These lines don't exist until the big AAA companies like Nintendo and Capcom are the ones that get fucked with. You ever notice that? You ever notice that Capcom never says sorry when they cross a line between the consumer and their shitty business practices, or Nintendo, or how much they have blatantly ripped off other companies? You know, there's no line there. But then along comes this indie developer who makes a record-breaking game by outdoing the big top AAA developers, and all of a sudden, a line was crossed. One that has apparently existed and we never knew. We're just finding out now because the poor AAA companies' fifis were hurt. The Nintendo and Pokemon companies.
Okay, this is just making me curious. What all did this person work on? Just out of personal curiosity. It might not even have any value here. For people curious, who this man is, what all did he work on, okay? So he started working since the 80s, working on Time Pilot, Euros, working on in Capcom on Sun, Sidearms, Red Dead Revolver. Okamoto and Yasuda developed some of the Capcom's biggest hits, most notably the beat 'em up game Final Fight and fighting game Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 2 is okay. Then we have Okamoto continued to develop video game for Capcom through Flagship, which included work on the 1996 survival horror game Resident Evil Biohazard in Japan. In 2005, Okamoto's new independent game company, Game Republic, released its first game, Genji Dawn of Samurai. Genji is a game set in feudal Japan with a similar playing style as Onimusha. Okay, so now in recent years, he's been working on mobile games such as Dragon Hunter and Monster Strike and Puzzle and Dragons. So he went from PC games to mobile games. What are these mobile games? This is Puzzle and Dragons, the mobile game he worked on. Okay?
Yep.
So, to cross-reference, this one he worked in 2013, okay? And Monster Strike he worked in 2013, and Puzzle Dragons he worked in 2018. Okay, so we're looking at the 2018 one right now. Okay, he has no leg to stand on about creativity. He literally has no say. And then this game, the other mobile game, Monster Strike, the one from 2013, he has no say. Like, this is nothing new or creative. But then he is talking about Palworld stealing when these are the kind of games he releases these days. How does a man go from Street Fighter 2 and then have a meltdown over Palworld? There's no way. No wonder they're quoting him as a former Capcom employee.
Yeah, he fell off pretty badly.
So this explains why he's so butthurt about Palworld. Because he wasn't able to climb back up.
His ongoing patent infringement lawsuit against Pocket Pair's Palworld has stirred up much debate among game developers and players alike. However, former Capcom game developer Yoshiki Okamoto's recent YouTube video, oh, I better check that out, in which he made comments seemingly against Pocket Pair and Palworld, has sparked a strong backlash from viewers. Current chairman of the Japan Game Culture Foundation, Yoshiki Okamoto, has worked in the game industry for over 40 years.
Why do old people always have to ruin the fun?
With the very
No, if you actually look at what he's working on these days, that's literally how it feels like.
varied resume, which includes Street Fighter 2, the first Resident Evil, and hit mobile game Monster Strike. He also created the original concept for what would become Rockstar's Red Dead Revolver.
Why are you fucking here, man? You're so old. Where's your wife? Go home to your family, dude.
And
Yo.
Damn, bro.
Where was that from? Holy.
a YouTube video posted on his channel on September 27th, Okamoto gave his opinions on the ongoing Nintendo versus Pocket Pair lawsuit, saying that Palworld has crossed a line that should not be crossed, and I don't want the world to become a place where this kind of thing is acceptable.
You weak old man.
You see why?
Yeah, but at the same time, that's what he puts out there. I don't really think he has any leg to stand on anymore.
People have taken a turn on the AAA industry. You see, when they're talking about lines, we know they're not talking about creativity here or original idea.
I mean, yeah, that's evident. Okay, I need to stop.
If the industry had any of those things, we would not be getting our constant Soulsborne clones or our COD clones or our PUBG clones. I mean, everybody shamelessly copies each other. That's the gaming industry. And for this Yoshiki Okamoto guy to pretend he's also not part of that problem is hilarious.
It sucks seeing developers who made your favorite games being morons online. Yeah. As a reformed Bethesda fan, yes. As a reformed Blizzard fan, double yes. Welcome to my club. I'm not crying.
To me, it's obvious what he means is the line that was crossed was a financial line. Palworld did what no indie dev is supposed to do, and that is outdo the precious AAA developer who's been around for so long. And because they've been around for so long, their tenure by default means we must respect them. Nah,
No.
fuck off. Pokemon's and so is Nintendo. I don't give a
Damn, bro.
That came out of nowhere.
That was with some chest hair.
But yeah, this tenure doesn't mean shit. If anything, it just shows that how out of touch you are.
fuck if they've been around for over 100 years. I still think they're gay. Later in the video, Okamoto said that if a settlement is reached with Nintendo, then I think Palworld will become a game that is officially fine to play. What?
I want to do it because it's fun. It's fun to do bad things.
However, it is currently a game that's being sued, so it's unacceptable. By playing the game, you are supporting it, so please don't buy.
Just because of that comment, I'm about to do Palworld giveaways. Just because of that comment, which pisses me the off. Okay, someone get your grandpa. Like, I think he forgot his meds. Like, holy.
I suck my dick, which is American slash.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was told so many times that I cannot tell people anymore to suck my dick because I don't have one. So I'm gonna start saying, flick my bean.
It's about
That's
sending a
Mexi-
message.
Okay.
While yours is Japanese. So I know by default mine is 5 times bigger. Yeah, how about you off, old man? Okay? Oh, but Frit, he's made so many games I love. This man is telling you,
Doesn't
no,
matter.
it's not acceptable.
Dude, it doesn't matter if they made good games in the past. Like, in the past, Dragon Age was good. Look at where we're at now. In the past, Ubisoft was good. Look at where we are at now. In the past, we all praised Bethesda. Look at where we are at now. In the past, some of us were hyped about Xbox over PlayStation. Look at where we are at now. I can go on and on with that shit. Just because you did good games in the past, and just because you were part of the gaming industry for decades, doesn't mean shit. The only thing that matters is what was the recent work you did. Nothing else matters in the gaming industry. So genuinely flick my bean.
Acceptable, and it's immoral to be playing a video game unless the courts deem it's okay. Unless a settlement is reached with the $1 billion Nintendo. This game must have approval from the courts and Big N.
Or like, look at Blizzard. How many years did Blizzard dominate, absolutely dominate the gaming industry to a point of every person who plays games wanted to work in Blizzard?
Themselves, and then you can play it, then you can support it. Nah, if anybody ever listened to what a jackass like this says, we wouldn't have Team Fortress, we wouldn't have Counter-Strike, we wouldn't have PUBG, we wouldn't have a shit ton of games. Does he honestly think that just because they're in the middle of a lawsuit that means Pocket Pair is in the wrong by default? What kind of logic is that? How is it possible that he doesn't think to himself, Nintendo is obviously in the wrong? Go.
I think it's a clear example of people being in the gaming industry so long that they think they shit gold, where in reality they just shit.
Go look at Pokemon Legends EA. Go look at Sword and Shield. Go look at the recent entries. That's a real concern. Not the fact that Palworld exists. Palworld wouldn't even be a problem if Pokemon would step their game up. But either way, that's a whole different discussion. The sheer ignorance coming out of this veteran is astonishing. Never meet your heroes. Thank God he wasn't mine. But how can someone with this many years in the industry say something so foolish? It's unacceptable to play Palworld until they pay Nintendo what they owe them, or until they reach an agreement with Nintendo. Fuck no! That means you're telling us we need Nintendo's approval to play these titles. Fuck you. The last thing
I don't need Nintendo's approval or anything. The only thing they need to do is like get their shit together with their creative bankruptcy that's happening right now and actually make good games again.
Yep.
That's all they need to do. Like, I kid you not, if Nintendo next year starts producing actual good games, all of this is going to be literally forgotten by majority of people.
I want is for the approval of some billion-dollar corporation. You think that shit matters to us? That only matters in your field, where ass kissing and taking from the back is how you keep your job.
Bro.
Dude, his cursing is making me sweat like a whore in a church.
Yo, who let bro cook like that?
Of course, the corporate guys are gonna take the side of a corporation, but to hear it coming from this man, now that's painful, because usually I expect this kind of shit from Nintendo fanboys. To hear it from someone who's been in the industry that long, it goes to show you that this problem extends far beyond the corporations with too much free time and money. A lot of it stems from the absolute ass kissers that work for them, like this dude. This comment and his labeling of Pocket Pair is an anti-XXX. Okamoto bleeped out and distorted the last kanji character of the word in both the audio and subtitle in the video, prompted a flood of criticism in the comments, and many did not hold back. The majority of commenters interpreted Okamoto's half-obscure term as hansha, or antisocial force, an abbreviated term often used to describe criminal organizations like the Yakuza. Oh my god.
This is so
and groups
stupid.
that operate in ways that go against the proper and or legal way of doing things. One commenter pointed out that calling Pocket Pair an antisocial...
Yeah, like this whole situation is just reminiscing of like, someone get your grandpa. He needs to calm down. Is he like the meme of like the old guy sitting on the porch going, "Get off my lawn, you damn kids"?
Yes, that's him. That guy. That he's the face of it.
Social force could be considered defamation. It absolutely is. The fact that this man is even drawing comparisons to a criminal organization from his homeland is insane. This is what the AAA industry actually feels about gamers like you and me. They think we are comparable to goddamn criminals, because instead of buying their slop, we're buying somebody else's video game. And the reasons are obvious, but they just refuse to accept the fact that you are out of touch. Lots of AA devs, lots of indie devs have taken your place. I know that's a harsh reality.
How out of touch is he? This. By the way, the video is not paused. That's how the gameplay is.
Yikes.
That's how out of touch he is. So, yeah.
You accept, but that is where you adapt. That is where you evolve. You don't resort to calling people who support these products goddamn criminals or antisocial, whatever you want to say. They then added, on the other hand, your argument that people should stop playing games with questionable content because this equates to supporting them is convincing. Before announcing that these words made them decide to quit playing Okamoto's Monster Strike after nearly 20 years. Based! I honestly, I don't think I'm gonna buy another Capcom game after this jackass. Yes, your words matter. You're directly attacking people like me. Why the fuck am I gonna ever support your titles ever again, you jackass? Not to mention the way you guys released Monster Hunter on PC recently, and then you want to act.
Yeah, no, but the Monster Hunter comment doesn't have any validity because he has no involvement in it. He hasn't been part of Capcom, like what? Let's see. When did he leave Capcom? This is Game Republic. Career at Capcom. Okay, he left 2017? Like 2017 was his last game in Capcom. Street Fighter 2 is estimated to have grown. No. It just estimation for. Okay. Okay. Okamoto developed some of Capcom's biggest hits. Okay, so the last game he worked on was 1991 for Capcom. I think at this point, like, he shouldn't even be counted as former Capcom.
Nah, he's gone.
Like 1991, bros. Majority of people in this chat right now weren't even born then. I'm joking. You guys, old. Your ass is old. Old.
Like you didn't release an unoptimized buggy ass mess. Suck my stick. Other user reactions included, I think assuming something is bad just because it has been sued is wrong, and no matter how much you dislike Pocket Pair and Palworld, calling them antisocial is crossing the line. Indeed, this guy this guy crossed a line. He crossed a line between the consumers and himself. In an attempt to demonize Pocket Pair, he said that's not enough. Gotta demonize everybody who supports them too. They're irrational. It's unfair. Nintendo is being attacked. Okamoto.
Wow. Look my bean. I guess time to do a power giveaway. Let's see how many copies I can afford to buy before I go bankrupt. I feel like Nintendo is just anti-competition at this point. They have been for a very long time. Oh my god, the dumbest counter argument I have ever heard or thrown at me is people showcasing. Remember that badly made game that they did put onto the Nintendo store that literally looks like a baby's first game with all the bought assets? People were saying like, well, they cannot be all bad. Like, look, they are showcasing this game. That's your moral high ground?
Openly acknowledges that even though people have recommended it to him, he has never actually played Palworld, insisting, I have no intention of playing the game or spending money on it. He pointed out that Palworld had become a divisive topic with people split into fan and hater camps, and confirmed that he is anti-Palworld. Well, there's a 6-letter F word used to describe people like that. I just can't say it. But at the same time, I understand that there are...
Brother gotta chill.
Yeah, bro, he's
doing too much now.
yeah, it got a little too serious.
Fans out there, he added. Yeah, you know, fans that are just comparable to the Yakuza and other criminal organizations, apparently. Jackass. In the video, Okamoto also expressed concern that if Pocket Pair wins the lawsuit and is able to release the full version of the game, then copyright infringement may be seen as more acceptable. What copyright infringement? What Nothing has been copyrighted!
The only illegal thing I've seen what's happening is the blatant, poorly constructed patent and changing mid-lawsuit patents and adding mid-lawsuit patents. That's the only thing I've seen that was illegal.
Palworld did not copyright or infringe anything related to Pokemon. They are actively trying to pursue such a lawsuit by patenting things that they didn't patent before. The real abuse is coming from Nintendo. Do you understand that, old man? Horror shit. If a game is perceived as interesting and gets good reviews. He also worried that this could potentially open the floodgates to the hard work of other creators on other Nintendo series like Mario and Zelda being more free and overly copied, especially with the use of generative AI.
Oh my god, of course it's gonna squeeze an AI into this mix. Also, by the way, like, no offense to Zelda games, I know a lot of people are enjoying it. And I also enjoy Mario, but that's because it's just close to my heart, because that's the only game my mom actually enjoyed playing, so I grew up like playing Mario games with my mom. But there's nothing inherently creative in Zelda. Like Mario, yes, I would say definitely creative when it first came out. Not anymore. There's nothing creative that they're pushing out with Mario anymore. But like Zelda, I mean, come on. It's just the most basic RPG. Even when it did come out, it was the most basic RPG. The only unique part about Zelda was the characters.
Oh, boo-hoo. Alternatives to fucking franchises that are so goddamn old, made by old people. Could potentially see other titles similar. Oh no! This isn't a problem with Soulsborne, but if it happens to my dear Mario and Zelda, it's a problem.
With all this, I'm surprised Nintendo didn't go after Hoyo. This is what we were speculating on this channel as well. Them not going after Hoyoverse or what was it called? Anima? Something like that. There's so many monster games incoming that if they go after them, they'll get financially screwed. I'm talking about Nintendo. Because Hoyoverse has billions too. If they go after them, they will actually have to face someone their own size. If they don't go after them, it's gonna showcase their hypocrisy. So I guess they're choosing hypocrisy over actually going after their own size.
Fuck off. However, commenters also pointed out that many games have used elements of previous titles made by other companies, noting that this includes games Okamoto worked on. People mentioned how Street Fighter 2 used similar elements to previous fighting games like Year R Kung Fu, and how Monster Strike's UI is similar to Puzzle and Dragons. How can someone who has done things like that speak out against Palworld?
Well, Puzzles and Dragon is also under him. Like, this is Monster Strike, right? Like, the one they compared. Monster Strike was like 2013 from him, and Puzzle and Dragon was 2017 or something from him. So it's like
He just he just rehashes everything.
yeah.
Sad One commented. Others pointed out that Okamoto's mention of generative AI risk feeding the false rumor since debunked by Pocket Pair that the developer used AI in the creation of Palworld. That's right. There was no AI used in Palworld. So indeed, it seems he's trying to feed into a false narrative. Referencing the changes made to Palworld mechanics under dispute in the lawsuit, Okamoto predicted that Pocket Pair have worked out some way to settle the matter with Nintendo, which is why it has announced a full official release of the game. However, he noted that there is no information to properly confirm this.
Oh yeah, people were like waiting to see if Nintendo will sue ICE for using their song. They literally used the Pokemon song with footage of them arresting people.
Oh no.
By the way, before anyone like judges me for laughing at it, all the people that showcased being caught by ICE were actual criminals.
The Nintendo Palworld lawsuit, which has been ongoing in Japan since its announcement, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, this is all stuff that we've already talked about in previous videos, but you get the point. Not to mention, this guy is clearly an idiot because Palworld is not being sued for copyright infringement because there is none. It's amazing though, isn't it? AAA devs taking a stance for dear old Nintendo, who constantly abuses its own users, abuses the law, blatantly copies and rips off other people's work, and redistributes it. They get all the defense in the world. But Pocket Pair, who has literally done nothing wrong, is seen as the enemy because, again, the AAA devs huddle together. They group in swarms.
I'm just trying to understand, what is he trying to achieve with this? Is he trying to achieve at least like people remembering him after so many years or something? Like, what's the point of even the interviewer? What's the point of interviewing him about this? He's not adding any value. He hasn't been a part of Capcom for decades. You quoted him as former Capcom. He hasn't been part of Capcom since decades. He has no notable footnotes in gaming industry anymore. And the fact that he thinks he's doing something like, brother, Nintendo ain't gonna hire you. You know how there's this whole trend of like people white knighting for someone and people commenting like, bro, she's not gonna sleep with you. Well, brother, Nintendo ain't gonna hire you. It's not gonna happen.
Maybe they're trying to find anyone remotely credible who is against Palworld. Probably.
Well, then I'm especially judging. Okay, fine. This was not an interview. This was someone just writing an article based on his video. In that case, whoever wrote this article needs to get fired.
Yeah.
Because it's stupid. Keep a close eye on how he holds his hands here, right? Everyone sees that, right?
Yeah.
Street Fighter 2 came out in 1991. Guess what came before this with the same pose? Come on, it's right on the nose. Dragon Ball 1984. Motherfucker even stole the pose from Dragon Ball. Motherfucker steals from fucking Dragon Ball. I swear to God, both Nintendo and this motherfucker steal from Dragon Ball, and then they act like, oh, not from Dragon Ball, I mean from Toriyama. Both Nintendo and this bootlicker steal from Toriyama and act like they have a high ground on creativity. Lick my motherfucking bean. I'm sorry. Look, I'm sorry for getting heated about it, but it's really pissing off.
And stick up for each other. It's amazing to see somebody who clearly doesn't even understand what the lawsuit is about try to speak out about it and take the side of the company clearly at fault. It's proof that a lot of Nintendo's defense, a lot of the rhetoric for them, just comes from misguided, misinformed, foolish old men who haven't had relevancy in the industry since the last time their fucking ball sacks worked. I gotta see some of these comments though.
No, like, on God, get your grandpa. Like, he needs to take a nap and be brought back a peg. Like, come on.
Come on, bro. Look at that. Look at the stance and everything.
Like, no one had a problem with this up until he opened his stupid little mouth.
Yep.
Now I have a problem with this. Now I have a problem with Street Fighter 2.
Now I got a beef with Street Fighter.
Yep. I officially have beef with Street Fighter. Anyway, I'm gonna just move on. I feel like I need a snack now. I'm gonna get a snack.
What you getting?
Oh, I got
Welcome
some trolley gummy pop. It's like a popsicle, but like sour gummies.
No, it's chewy.
Okay, whatever.